I still see it in my head every time I close my eyes. It was one of those nights where the streets didn't sleep, and neither did the tension between East Side and the blocks. I'd been around it my whole life, seen fights, seen beefs flare, but nothing quite like that night. I remember the way the streetlights cut through the darkness, casting long shadows down the cracked pavement, like the city itself was holding its breath. We were riding low that night, me and a few of my boys from East Side. The blocks had been running their mouths, threatening our corners, acting like they owned the whole block. I'm not proud to say it, but that night, we were looking for payback. I knew it was a bad idea. I could feel it in my gut. But once you start down that road, there's no stepping off. We rolled up in that beat-up Chevy, windows down, hearts pounding. I could hear the tension in everyone's voices, see it in their hands gripping the wheel, the steel of the rims. The plan was simple in our minds: scare them, show them we weren't backing down. But simple never stays simple. As we pulled up, shots rang out before I even realized who fired first. Chaos exploded like a storm. Screams, tires screeching, metal clanging. I ducked, feeling the wind of bullets grazing the car, hearts hammering in rhythm with the shots. And then I saw her. An old lady sitting on her porch just like she did every night, knitting, watching the street, never thinking her quiet evening would turn into a nightmare. One of the guys in the back, panicked, shoved her forward, using her as a shield while he fired blindly. My stomach dropped. I froze. I couldn't move. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The look on her face, like terror, confusion, betrayal by people she'd seen walking the street since she was a kid. It was horrifying. I yelled for him to stop, and somehow she slipped from his grip, falling and rolling into the alley. My heart in my throat, I scrambled out to make sure she was okay. She was shaking, tears running down her face. But she was alive. God. She was alive. I grabbed her hand, pulled her behind the wall, and kept whispering, "It's okay. It's okay." I don't know who I was trying to convince more, her or myself. Shots kept flying. The engine roared. We peeled out, leaving burning rubber on the asphalt. By the time it was over, the street was littered with spent shells, broken glass, and a silence that made your ears ring. That's when reality hit me. Not just the adrenaline, not just the fear, the weight of what we'd done. We hadn't just aimed at a rival crew. We dragged an innocent life into it. And her face, I can't shake it. In the days after, yes, the neighborhood was quieter than usual, like even the city itself was mourning. People whispered about what happened, about the lady who almost didn't make it, about how East Side and the blocks had crossed a line that couldn't be uncrossed. I kept to myself mostly, replaying it over and over. I thought about the choices we made, how easily fear and pride can push you into a corner where only destruction waits. It changed me, watching someone I barely knew get caught in our fight for respect. That old lady, she didn't deserve any of it, but she survived. And somehow, that survival became a lesson, not just for me, but for everyone who lived through that night. You can't justify fear. You can't justify anger. And you sure as hell can't justify dragging the innocent into your battles. That night, it should have been a story of revenge, a simple drive-by to send a message. Instead, it became a story about humanity, about fear, about how fragile life is when you let anger guide your hand. I think about that old lady often, how she stared at me, eyes wide, silently asking why. And I can't give her an answer that makes sense. There isn't one. I can only remember, learn, and carry it with me. Every time I walk those streets, I see her face. And I remember, violence leaves marks far deeper than scars.